solutions and influencers. And Ink Monster says you have to truly care about the company. That's absolutely right. I was a customer of every company I've worked with. Everybody. And it all starts out the same way. You know, you might influence a family member, a cousin, someone at the range, and then it grows from there. You know, I started out going to small gun shows locally. That was it. You know? And then social media came in, and I started, you know, this journey because companies asked me to go out there and train, and I was running sponsorship programs, and I was running, influencer programs, and I've done it all over the country. But I'm here now, and I'm seeing, you know, people thought I would, listen, Ink Monster will understand this, and some of you guys will understand this. People thought I was crazy when I started talking about fitness being a good ally for the gun industry. I talked about the fitness industry being a good ally for the gun industry. And people are like, oh, what's this? Bodybuilders shooting guns and bodybuilders, and what's this all about? I said, you know what it's all about, motherfucker? It's about people who like your product and want to give you money. It's about people who give you feedback and who are actual customers. People thought I was nuts. They thought I was crazy. Now it's commonplace. It's commonplace. Yeah, but you semi-auto kid, the problem is you had so many people reluctant because they thought bodybuilders were going to take money from their pockets, or they were going to do this, or they were going to do that. No, they were going to put money in your pockets. Now you see Dom Rosso posting Redcon ads. Now you see people putting stuff out. I mean, that was never done. That was never done. Now you see Mountain Ops, all this. I was doing that 5 years ago. That was never done. Tony signed his first form deal X amount of years ago. Okay? I signed my Blackstone deal X amount of years ago. That stuff was never done. I can't think of people going back 4 or 5 years that were working with fitness companies then. But we're definitely going through an evolution. And people fought it. They fought it tooth and nail. And then in my head, I'm saying, this is crazy. Project 100 and get about 100 of these done to keep delivering you guys as much information. I'm working on an ebook. So an ebook is coming. I'm working on, you know, some content that'll be kind of behind the page. A lot of people have asked me recently about YouTube. I did a thing on it the other day that kind of got cut in and out about, you know, why YouTube and some of the things I'm doing. A few people along the way, Cassie included, have asked how to support the show. So if it's something you want to support, again, guys, I don't do this stuff to get rich. I'm not doing it to get rich off of you guys, for sure. So the ebook, the initial ebook's going to be on marketing. So I'm going to do, a lot of people ask me, Mr. 406, about how to get, you know, from one point to another with social media. So I don't like to say from like 0 to 1 million. Like, that's not where I'm at. But a lot of people try to understand the game. So I wanted to do like a top 10 ebook that was like top 10, you know, best practices. So that's kind of where I'm at. You know, I wanted to just have something that was a very basic feeder system. And we're going to do more YouTubes on the marketing stuff and everything else, because I get the most, to be honest with you guys, I get a lot of DMs about fitness. I get tons of messages about fitness. I get tons of messages about marketing. And I get tons of messages about how people can market themselves. So a lot of the questions are like around that. And I've sat with a lot of people locally and through the years and walked them step by step. So it's John Bartolo, www.johnbartoloshow.com. I don't know what page that is, Chuck. But I sell shirts, I sell hats. I'm putting a lot of that stuff out there. This is all of this is a project that's been long overdue, guys. I've been trying to put this together for a long time. This isn't something that just happened, in an hour. I don't know what that is. But this isn't something that just kind of happened, overnight. So a little bit of housekeeping on that. All of these different things that I've launched in the last 30, 60 days have been like long overdue. I've been trying to get to them for a long time. And if you go back to the beginning when I recorded some of my first episodes, some of my first different YouTubes and different podcasts, I had done it like 6 months ago. I just tabled a lot of it because I was on to other projects and I just had my hands in too much shit. So lately I've been getting back to getting this stuff. Before I started doing it myself, I was doing it for brands. I just wanted to do something different. I just felt like it was time to do something different. I think doing the same thing over and over and over again is the definition of insanity. And I didn't want to do that, and I wanted to take an approach of looking at it as something else. Semi-Auto Kid says, I've definitely noticed the difference in how long the podcasts are. By the way, whether it's an hour or 30 minutes, I really enjoy them. I appreciate that. It means a lot when you guys say that. And I don't care whether there's 3 of you or 30 of you. I appreciate that. I think we're coming up on 3,000 downloads on Podbean, and we've been ranked something like as high as I think we've cracked 100 on New and Noteworthy a couple times. So that's a testament to you guys. Keep sharing, keep plugging, keep posting, keep putting the stuff out there. But I think it's, again, with that premise of 1,000 Screaming Fans, about giving you guys what you want. And I felt like speeding it up, giving you guys a lot of information in a short amount of time was a good thing. And then if there's times that I have more to talk about, we'll talk about more. But, lately I've been trying to just get re-energized, revitalized, and kind of deliver you guys something that I think is really informational. I promise to be as upfront and raw as I can and give, if you guys ask the right questions, I'll give you the best answers. So I do this as an open forum. I throw the Instagram on so you guys can ask real questions about whether it's the industry, whether it's the firearms industry, whether it's anything about training, anything, any insight I can give you, I'm here to give it to you. So that was one of the biggest takeaways. This exists for you. It exists to give you something back. So the second kind of takeaway, beyond going back to basics and listening to you guys, was really, to develop a mission or develop a conversation that was open and honest. So if you ask the question, I'm going to answer it. I have no issue with that. So I want to be upfront. That's part of the reason why I do it in this format, is to give you guys a little bit of a forum to chime in and ask the questions. The food every time. I want it to be accessible. I want it to be repeatable. So, I try to just, not do this like once willy-nilly, once over here, once over there. Give you guys something that had a standard format that was deliverable time and time again. So, I kind of went back to the drawing board. I wrote out a list. I actually wrote a list out right on a cutting board, believe it or not. True story. And thanks, Gunjitsu. Yeah, head over to